But now let's talk about the last episode of American Horror. And it was a horror. This will go down as one of the worst seasons of American Horror Story. I had hope, foolishly. I was disappointed, thoroughly. I tried to actually look at the review, and it was depressing. It was depressing. I got 4 minutes into the editing process, and I said, of course not. Was the watching in vain? Boom, boom, boom. Was entertainment coming? Boom, boom, boom. No, of course not. It was all in vain. 'Cause Ryan Murphy is a pain. The episode was just 2 hours of after death. Not death, not frightening, but after death. It just was, everybody died. Everybody died of AIDS. And yes, that is scary, but that's not why we tune in to American Horror. And the fact that you were able to treat the crisis with such dignity and respect during Pose. Why did you just hock it up when it came to the honkies? Like, everybody falling into the casket and to the graves. Like, I get the symbolism, but one, we didn't need it. It was really just a mashup of Pose and Dahmer. That's what it was. The big leather daddy that ended up being the representate of HIV, I'm guessing it's like, oh, that's what killed the gay cop's wife and we just didn't know it. And then also, is it saying that the government created it because of the infected ticks on Fire Island and then the deer were magically repopulating? I mean, it just went off the rails. It was very bowel movement. It gave fecal. I mean, to stay with the show, to give these pieces of poo, these toilet splatters, 2 hours of my time every Wednesday night. And this is the conclusion you come to. And then all of the deaths were very Christmas Carol, the Ghost of Christmas Pest, the Ghost of Christmas Yest, and the Ghost of Men You Shouldn't Have Been Humping On. Nobody was really redeemable except for Adam, and then Adam's dying of the virus. Like, it just didn't make sense. It went so off the rails. If you wanted to talk about the violence that gays went through in New York City, if you wanted to, talk about Marsha P. Johnson, we would have loved that. Again, you didn't have to end Pose. You just could have, had a couple white people on there. Would have been fine. We liked Evan Peters and Kate Mara on Pose. We liked it. You should have just kept Pose. Like, what was this sad revisit Tay-Tay? And if you don't get rid of that 1980s filter, I'ma slap what little hair is left off your head. Off your head. I am tired. I am disappointed. I ain't even gonna edit this. That's how pissed I am. You just getting this rant raw. I see why it was only 5 weeks, because you knew, okay, I ain't gonna waste 10 weeks of your time, because if we put this on for 10 weeks, ain't nobody gonna watch it. And I have said this the whole series. You made it short so it wouldn't seem as shitty. Ryan Murphy, you are a plague and a disappointment. Lord. Well, Caesar ain't getting fired on this episode, but let's see him fight one last time with Rock and Crystal. Oh goodness, but Chicklets is looking at her and smiling. Tati wants to know why she's there, to start mess. So Alex fills her in on the fact that Crystal just left. He said we had an artist that didn't want to do the right thing. You better mind your business. You done got real buck now that Don ain't beating your butt. Oh Lord. Why does she look like a living version of Sita? Oh my God, she looked just like Sita. She looks like a modern day version of Sita. With Rock and Crystal, they're going ring shopping. Oh God, if she don't throw away this Nicki Minaj clip-on bang, girl, you look like a fool, a lesbian fool. Oh, get rid of this bang, get rid of this bang. God, I didn't know it was this bad. And then he's trying to get an A1 Dookie dread. Oh, but I can hear the clip from here. She look a fool. But now we rehashing the fight with Caesar. Crystal ain't here for it. She said this is a pimp move. He's being wishy-washy. We offered you something from the beginnings. You didn't move on it. You can't come back after the fact. However, now she getting in Rock's butt. You run around like an artist and leave a lot up to me. But I feel like if it ain't your way, it's no way. So he's just letting you. Oh, Teddy brings his girl's dog to get washed. Oh, and they gonna plan a surprise party for who? For the dog? Oh, God. And also, I'm sick of watching his weight go up and down like Luther Vandross. 1 minute he fat, next minute he big swole, then he thin, then he fat. Girl. So now he giving us big swole. It's giving me a royalty. So now we got Teddy and his fat skinny self. Them arms done got huge. She gets to her first tattoo quite quickly. She has part of a shop in Atlanta and has been tattooing for 9 years. But will you be on this show 9 seasons? Does it have 9 seasons left? Caesarless seasons. So now we have Kwani. She's meeting with a life coach for a new direction. Yeah, you're finally gonna get some direction at Fitty. So they take the new heifer out for some pizza. Girl, now why did you take her to Times Square to get some good pizza? Ain't crap good down there. Where are they? Raise Plow! You have to say Raise Plow whenever you see a sign that says Raise Plow. So this was filmed in the winter? I can't tell what street they're on, but it looks like down Tiggity. Yeah, they're in Times Square. Nobody gets pizza in Times Square. Lord, they'll film anywhere free. So they fill her in on everybody. Caesar's petty, Crystal's emotional, Tattie's a hoe, Donna's gone. Going to play some ping pong. So they getting ready to do a awareness event for sickle cell anemia. Thank goodness it ain't for pets. Oh God, another Kwani scene? Ooh, it's a filler episode. This Kwani healing plot line, Maybe instead of Tati, it should be Talkie. Cause she'll talk it to the feds. See, Tati ain't going to jail for the streets. After that boring moment, we're at the sickle cell event. Oh, for a second, I thought Chrissy and her mole walked in, but it was just Chrissy. But I realized the mole didn't follow behind her, so it couldn't have been Chrissy. God, this guy's teeth, I just can't. Why did he get these? Oh my God. Can somebody please get him the proper size teethus? Oh, it's just this grinny gribble chicklet. And that's pretty much the shit.